So would you say Bangkok is overrated?
I think 100% for a fact, Bangkok is overrated. There's a lot of things that Chiang Mai, I think, does better.
What do you like about Chiang Mai?
For one, the pace of life. Bangkok is very fast. Go on the road, it can take you an hour to get someplace.
How much you spend here and there?
In Bangkok, I spent a lot more than I do in Chiang Mai, for sure.
I think Bangkok is so overhyped. So like everyone's moving to Bangkok.
If you have the opportunity and you are a foreigner who earns money online, you don't have to work in Bangkok. You can work anywhere you want. And I think for me, Chiang Mai is the dream.
Can you introduce yourself?
All right, so yeah, my name is Lyndon and I've lived in Thailand for about 3 years. I've lived 2 of those years in Chiang Mai and 1 of those years in Bangkok.
Chiang Mai first, then moved to Bangkok?
Yeah, so timeline-wise, I lived in Chiang Mai for my first year here. And then second year, I moved to Bangkok because, I saw all the hype online and I was like, wow, it looks pretty nice to live there. And then I actually ended up moving back to Chiang Mai.
About hype online, so would you say Bangkok is overrated?
I think 100% for a fact, Bangkok is overrated. Out of every city in the world, I think Bangkok is still underrated. But if you live in Thailand, I think Bangkok is the most overrated city you could possibly live in. Like, there's so much that Thailand has to offer outside of Bangkok. Yes, Bangkok is the biggest city, but if you've ever gone and you've traveled outside, there's so much more to the country than just the big city.
Yeah. I definitely agree to that, but I think it's kind of unpopular opinion,
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I feel like I'm one of the few people who's kind of had the experience of living here full time, spending a bunch of time here, but also spending time in other cities. And I think it really comes down to just the kind of person that you are, right? Like if you are a person who would live in New York City, if you lived in the States, then yeah, live in Bangkok. But if you're a person who, maybe wants to live in somewhere a little bit more quiet or a little bit somewhere that's not super crazy 24/7, then there's a lot of other options that you have available.
So you moved back to Chiang Mai, right? What do you like about Chiang Mai?
I think the biggest things that I really like about Chiang Mai are, for one, the pace of life. Compared to Bangkok is very fast. Even though the Thais have that more sabai lifestyle, Bangkok can get very quick. And I think it can get pretty hectic. I mean, you go on the road, it can take you an hour to get someplace. You're here year round, you're gonna be exposed to a lot of pollution. There's a lot of things that Chiang Mai, I think, does better. And part of that is for one, traffic. There's literally hardly any traffic in Chiang Mai.
Only on the Mai intersection, right?
Yeah, that light is the longest light you'll ever sit at in your life. Yeah, but you can really get anywhere in 20 minutes there, into the city, and it's still a massive city. And then also just the pace of life. I think, like I said, here's very fast, but Chiang Mai is actually very slow, a very more kind of chilled out place where you can go to focus. I think Bangkok is very hectic, but if you're one of those people who likes a little bit more peace in your life, then I think Chiang Mai is a much better option.
So what about pollution? Because in Chiang Mai there is, I think, one of the worst pollution in the world in some period of time, but not always, right?
Yeah. So last year, actually, the first year I was there, sometimes the PM levels would get up to 300 or 400, which is ridiculous. Because the highest Bangkok will go is usually about 150, maybe 200 on a bad day. But Chiang Mai gets horrible. For Bangkok, you're gonna have that trade-off where you have pollution year round, right? Every single day you're gonna be on the roads, you're gonna be consuming those fumes from the cars, and it's just it's not healthy for you. Whereas Chiang Mai has some of the cleanest air in the world about 75% of the year, but about some of the worst air in the world about 25% of the year. So I just leave. That's why I'm in Bangkok right now. I just leave during that 25% and then come back. I think
most expats do that. They just leave some other country or city and then they come back.
Exactly. And I think that's the best way to do it. If you can do that, that's the best setup. I definitely don't hate Bangkok. So I'm happy to spend 3 months of my year here.
Mm-hmm. Is it easier to make connections in Chiang Mai than in Bangkok?
For sure. I think so in Chiang Mai, it's definitely harder to meet people. That's one thing, is everyone kind of does their own thing. People are just kind of digital nomads. They're working online. They're sitting behind a laptop. There's definitely communities and you can meet people, but I'd say it's so much easier to meet people in Bangkok because there's just so many more people. You and I just you saw my reel about Bangkok and then you were you hit me up, right? And it's that happens way more than you think. I was in a coffee shop the other day and one of my friends who I know through my online work, guy just walked in. He doesn't live in Thailand. He just walked into the coffee shop and I was like, yo, Dakota, what's up? And he was like, dude, what are you doing here? I was like, I live here. And so it's that stuff happens all the time. I'll see my friends at the BTS stations. I'll see my friends in the malls. Everyone, especially in the more kind of foreign group, frequents the same locations. Whereas Chiang Mai, you really have to make a conscious effort to build friends and build a community out there.
Yeah, and Bangkok is like, I think, one of the most visited cities in the world. So like you always have people coming and like your friends or, like people, from the internet. But I feel that in Chiang Mai, maybe the community is a bit stronger. Like once you find your community group, I get this feeling. So like, what do you think about that? Like our community vibe is different in Chiang Mai?
Definitely, because I feel like a lot of people in Bangkok are just coming through, right? They're maybe here for 2 to 3 months. They're not here like for years on years. And I think that's really where Chiang Mai is different. Majority of the expats who live there for 5-10 years. Besides the tourist areas where you just have like, backpackers coming through and traveling, people are there for the long term. And that allows you to build a much deeper connection for sure.
Compared Bangkok and Chiang Mai, what's your experience? How much you spend here and there?
For sure. So in Bangkok, I spent a lot more than I do in Chiang Mai, for sure. But to be fair, I spend a good amount either place. But like for me, like Bangkok was definitely a lot more expensive. Like the apartment that I had in Bangkok was about 2.5K US per month. That was a nice place, right? My apartment now in Chiang Mai is $600 a month. And it's like a 1-bedroom, beautiful view. It has a view of the mountain, and like overall, it's just a great place to live. Now, granted, the one in Bangkok was even nicer. It was like, 2 bedrooms and everything, but like you just don't need to be spending that much in Thailand. And I think Chiang Mai, to get the same value for your money, it's about a 50% difference. Yeah. So like I can go to a coffee shop and my coffee is, $3 instead of $5 or $6 where it might be here, right?
Or even less. Like I think for 50 baht, you get a coffee there.
It depends where you go. I like the foreigner cafes. So. But yeah, if you go to like a local Thai spot, like, dude, there's some Thai spots in Chiang Mai that are like the cheapest you'll find in Thailand. There's a place called 3 baht noodles, which is...
I've been there.
You've been there, yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, it's 3 baht for some noodles. It's ridiculous. That, you can get like Thai tea for like 10 baht at some spots, which is really cool. And then
I just came back from Chiang Mai and I had pad krapao for 25 baht.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's some places that sell like kai jiao for 15 baht, like pai kapao for 25 baht. And dude, it's probably about half the price of Bangkok.
It adds up. Like when you get a coffee there, get a like some street food there. It's especially here in central Bangkok. You don't get that many cheap options. A meal is like 500 baht if you eat like in some restaurant.
Exactly. Yeah. Like literally, I had breakfast this morning. I went to Sarni's, like this cafe down here, and I had 2 eggs, a bagel, and some avocado, and then a matcha, and it was 550 baht. So 15 bucks for breakfast. It's like kind of the same price you'd pay in the States, So Bangkok's definitely getting more and more expensive. I've seen that like over the last 3 years for sure. For one, rents are going up. Everything's getting way more costly. Like I look at some apartments now and it's like the same place that used to be $1,000 a month is now $2,000 a month. Versus in Chiang Mai, things have kind of stayed the same. There's still a little bit of inflation, but overall, like you can find a great apartment for like $200-$300 and a mountain view. That's one thing is like, dude, you're surrounded by some of the most beautiful nature in the world. Like in Bangkok, you have Bincha Kitty where we are right now. You have Bincha Siri, you have Lumpini Park, you have Bangkok Chau. Like you have all of these different nature areas, but it just doesn't compare to Chiang Mai where you can drive 10 minutes and you're instantly in the mountains. You can go on an hour-long hike. You have like Doi Long Cheng Dao, only about 2 hours away. Beautiful hike if you get the chance to do it. It's the 3rd highest mountain in Thailand, I'm pretty sure. There's just tons and tons of nature.
And this feeling that like you have mountains, every day, every second, like they're just there. It just, I don't know, I love it.
Yeah, I think it's just like, it's one of those things where you wake up, you open the blinds and you just see mountains surrounding you. It feels like you just like are being hugged. Do you feel that way as well?
Yeah. And I'm not like thought that I'm a mountain person. Like I always prefer like a beach and like a sea, but it's just like something about like this view of mountains just gives you some peace, right?
Agreed. And I also just think it's like the northern Thai kind of like way of life too. Everyone there is just so kind, and of course Bangkok as well, but even more so, like everyone just has that like just like sabai jai, like just a really calm heart. I've met some of the best people in my life there, for sure.
Yeah. So do you have some Thai friends?
Yeah. So I like to study Thai. That's like one of the things that I focus on. And yeah, so for me, like my friend group is about half Thai, half foreigners right now. In Bangkok, it was a lot more foreigners. That's one of the reasons why I ended up moving to Chiang Mai, because while there is a lot of foreigners there, it's also very easy to meet Thai people. I feel like sometimes in Bangkok, it can be slightly difficult, especially if you're going outside of that like foreigner Thai category. But in Chiang Mai, like it's very, very easy because there's not a ton of foreigners. So it kind of forces you to meet people. And a lot of the Thai people there are also working online, which is great. Like you can meet them at cafes, you can meet them at co-working spaces, and it's a very natural thing.
I think the expat bubbles exist in both cities, but I feel like in Bangkok it's much stronger, you know. Also Thai people here, like, you know, like they work a lot, like or they study, but in Chiang Mai they're like just more of Thai people who just like live there and base there, you know. Just different vibe in the city, you know. It's like more relaxed.
One thing that I've noticed is that Thai people come to Bangkok to work, right? Like a lot of my friends back, because I first came here when I was like, you know, university age. I came here when I was 22. And so at that time, like I got like a big friend group in the university over there. And really what happened after everyone graduated, everyone's idea was, oh, I'm going to move to Bangkok for, you know, 10, 20 years. I'm going to work super hard. I'm going to make money. And then I'm going to go and move back to Chiang Mai. I think that's really what you see kind of all around Thailand. People come to Bangkok to make money. But everyone wants to live. If you talk to most Thai people actually aren't a huge fan of Bangkok. They like it, but they're like, the traffic is bad, it's expensive. Most of them want to live, and I'm not speaking for everyone, obviously there's a lot of people who want to live in Bangkok, but a lot of people that I've talked to, especially from Chiang Mai, want to live in Chiang Mai or Khon Kaen or any of the other cities.
Yeah. People come here for opportunities, for work, for education, and then like, you know, probably some part of it stay and love the city, but then I can imagine people move to more peaceful and quiet places in Thailand, you know?
100%. I mean, that was like what happened to my ex. So she graduated from Chiang Mai University, and then she was like, okay, now I need to go to Bangkok to work. But she hates Bangkok. She doesn't like it. And I think a lot of Thai people kind of fall into that category, but they know that like this is where they need to go to make a lot of money. And there's a lot of opportunity here to progress and really build your career. So it's a worthwhile trade-off. But if you have the opportunity and, you know, you are a foreigner who earns money online, then you can kind of skip that part. You know, you don't have to work in Bangkok. You could work anywhere you want. And I think for me, Chiang Mai is the dream.
And I think it's kind of a narrative now. Like, you know, if you move to Thailand, you move to Bangkok. I think it's because of social media.
Yeah.
Like probably also partially my fault, you know, like promoting Bangkok and lifestyle here. But people don't talk enough about other cities in Thailand, you know. And there are so many provinces, right? Like it's crazy.
100%. Yeah, have you been to a lot of the other provinces or no?
I've traveled a bit, yeah.
What I'm curious your opinion. Like, what do you think about the other provinces to Bangkok?
I feel like if you wanna live this lifestyle, like very comfortable and, you know, well connected and have at least some expat bubble, you know, then probably you wouldn't end up in like Loei province or something like that, right? But there are still like provinces with bigger cities, you know, like Chiang Mai or even Phuket or Koh Samui, right?
Agreed.
But I think Bangkok is so overhyped, so like everyone's moving to Bangkok. Yeah, I mean, which is fine. It's like the city is big.
Yeah.
There are lots of empty condos. So
it's true. Yeah. I mean, Bangkok is also a great place. I'm definitely not hating on Bangkok. Like, I loved my year here. It was a great time. I think if you're coming to build like a really big expat community and you want to be around a lot of other people who do work online, Bangkok's a great option. Like there's a ton to do here and it's super fun.
Yeah. I just made like a little video about like my 2 problems with Bangkok, and people thought that I hate Bangkok, you know, but I love it. But, you know, it's like, let's be honest, like if we live here, we can address like some of the problems, you know, like infrastructure, the traffic, pollution, it exists.
100%, dude. It definitely does. Yeah. That's why I'm happy to have the perspective of Chiang Mai, is because it's so different from Bangkok. It's literally like if you were to live in like New York City versus, you know, some small town in like North Carolina where I'm from, right? Especially if you grew up like outside of a big city, like I think you'll feel really at home in some of the smaller cities in Thailand. Like there's like the feeling that I get when I'm like in Chiang Mai is like, oh, I'm back home. Such a good feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that totally.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So what do you do actually?
Yeah, so basically I run YouTube channels. Like that's my thing. Like we have a YouTube education company where we help business owners get more customers on YouTube and grow their YouTube channels. So we work with 200 plus YouTube channels and just grow people. That's pretty much it.
Is your team also in Thailand or?
So we have one employee in Thailand. I have my personal assistant here who basically helps me with like life stuff, but everyone else is remote. So we have people in Los Angeles, we have people in Europe, we have people in Dubai, we have people all over the place.
Okay. So have you tried like networking here in Thailand? Like, and how is your experience building a network in Bangkok and in Chiang Mai?
That's a good question. So yeah, when I first came here, I really wanted like a good network of people, right? Because I think a lot of people, when they're moving across the world, they want that community that cares about the same things that they do, right? So for example, I like to, do business, do content. Like I wanted that community because I had that in the States before I came. And so I ended up joining like a networking group, and that really helped me. I was able to just meet a ton of people instantly. That was a great investment. And then other than that, you kind of just naturally meet people. Like there's been times I've even just seen people working online or just seen people like filming content. I'll just go say what's up to them, right? Like I'll go say, hey, be like, yo, are you a content creator? Like, what do you do? Just start a conversation and get to know them. That's how I've made some of my best friends here.
So your friends mostly in Chiang Mai or in Bangkok now?
Now it's probably about 50-50. I mean, like for the year that I spent in Bangkok, I met a lot of people. I'd say there's a lot more foreigners that I know here. Mm-hmm. I have about 2 to 3 like key people that I hang out with in Chiang Mai that are like foreigner business owners. And I kind of just like hang out with those guys. I don't really leave that circle too much, but whereas Bangkok, there's just a much higher volume of people. And so it's good to have that variety and rotate through everybody.
Do you miss Bangkok sometimes? Like, do you miss the chaos of Bangkok?
I do. And that's why I love to come back here. Like, I'm really back here like once a month at least. I usually come by for a few days, see some friends, go running here at Benchikitty, like work at all the cafes. Like, Bangkok's a great place, and I really do enjoy spending my time here. So, I mean, you have the flight's like $30. You take a flight, it's an hour. You could come for a few days, head back. It's like not a big deal.
Most foreigners prefer to be based in Bangkok and then travel around.
Yeah.
But you can also do the other way around, right?
100%. Yeah, like for me, if I want to be in the big city, I'll just book a flight. It's super easy. If I want to go to Isan, go to Khon Kaen, like I can. It's super easy. Like the Chiang Mai airport is very connected in Thailand. You can pretty much go anywhere. So same as Bangkok.
What are the cons of Chiang Mai? Like, is there something that you don't like about Chiang Mai?
For sure. So for the cons of Chiang Mai, definitely the pollution, horrible. Like the pollution during the pollution time is so bad. The girl that I was dating at the time, we literally went out to dance at like a club at some point, and she had like an asthma attack. She doesn't even have asthma because of just the PM is so bad. It's horrible. And so like I had to sit her down. I had to like calm her down, like talk her through like breathing steps, and that stuff happens. There's stories all the time of kids at Chiang Mai University or just anyone dying of the pollution, like getting lung cancer, dying, and it's really sad to see.
There is like this statistics, right? That one day in this bad pollution in Thailand is equal to like smoking half of pack cigarette.
Exactly. Yeah? It's true. It's insane, dude.
Like probably right now, the pollution today was like 150 when I checked.
Yeah, like I think it's super bad, especially if it's like the 300-400s. That's when it's horrible. If I wake up, I open my windows and I can't see the mountains, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Looks like a zombie apocalypse some days.
Do you see your life in like long time period based in Chiang Mai?
Yeah, I would love to settle down there. I would love to build a house someday. I think the building opportunity in Chiang Mai is a lot more than Bangkok. Like if you want to actually build your own home and make a life for yourself, like that's very family based, have a house with a wife and kids at home, there's literally no better city in Thailand than Chiang Mai, because just the abundance of land, you're in nature, there's a lot of other families there as well. Like it's just one of the best places to do that. There's international schools, Montessori schools, there's literally everything that you could possibly want. People think that like anywhere outside of Bangkok is run down. That's not the case. If you go to Chiang Mai, you go to Khon Kaen, you go to Phuket, like these places are modern, they're built up, they're, have the same infrastructure as Bangkok. They're just smaller cities. Yeah, there's tons of options. There's a huge international school in Chiang Mai. There's great language schools. There's local football clubs. There's like literally anything that you could want for you and your kids. Like they have that. There's like Latin dancing on Saturday nights. There's Sunday markets on Sunday nights. Like there's just so much to do. In Chiang Mai, you have like rock climbing, you have running, you have all these outdoor activities as well. Skydiving, like there's tons of stuff you can do.
Yeah, there is enough of activities, but it's not overwhelming, you know?
Exactly, yeah. Like I feel like it can probably take you 20 years to kind of like do most of the things you want to do in Bangkok, whereas Chiang Mai, you could probably get it done in like 5. But there's still enough where like you're not going to get bored.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for
course.
sharing your insights. You know?
Yeah, no problem.